Yesterday we started reading the version of Luke of the Sermon on the Mount. And today, Luke starts the words that Jesus had to say about loving your enemies. And today I found something especially outstanding about this commandment of loving your enemies. Jesus says that if you love your enemies, you will have a great reward in heaven. Because when you love your enemies won't give you back because they don't care for you. So the one that will give you back is your Father in heaven. And I'm impressed about how many times Jesus in the gospel encourages us to do things in a way that we look for a recompense in heaven rather than on earth. For example, in the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew, remember when he says, when you pray, don't go praying in public places where people can see you praying. He says, go pray in your room and then you will receive your recompense from God. He also says, when you fast, don't let anyone know that you're fasting, so that only God your Father knows that you're fasting, and then He will give you a recompense. And 2 Sundays ago, perhaps you remember, Jesus said, when you host a banquet, who are you called to invite? He says, invite the blind and the lame, because they won't be able to pay you back. So what I'm finding in this gospel is over and over again the theme of make sure that whatever you do, don't look for recompense or don't look for people being able to give you back. But rather do things in such a way that the only one who can give you back is God your Father. And I think that's such a beautiful idea. Not to do things to receive applauses from people, or not to do things so that you can receive back from people, but to do things exclusively and only for God. And this can be true when you love your enemy. So let's ask ourselves this question. How often do I do things that can only be recompensed by God? How often do I do things that are discreet that only God can see? How often do I do things that won't provide me any advancement in earth, but only in heaven? So I think it would be a beautiful resolution for today if today we found the occasion to do something that is only seen by God and will receive a recompense exclusively from God. That should be our ambition, to look exclusively for a recompense from God in heaven, and not to look for the applause of people on earth or for our own advancement of our interests here on earth.